This will also come in handy. Now that I know all of this, this is going to come in so handy. Oh my god, I just realized.
What?
This room has an echo!
Yes, it does. Alright, so I think I already did this planet.
Yeah, last time we were doing this, you completed it.
Right.
And last time we were doing this, I wasn't able to get any input because I was working on a stupid song that isn't even relevant anymore with Jago.
Because basically...
Are you gonna play?
You could just start from where I was going, zoom on the thingy. Alright? But yeah, your song was relevant until Microsoft did exactly what the song was asking before you even finished it.
And now Jago's even more pissed.
Yeah. Well, because, I don't know.
Are you gonna play the game or not?
I'm talking. I'll play when I'm done talking.
Okay, fine.
But if Microsoft had done one thing, they could have sold that Xbox, no problems, with that DRM in place. Just say...
You're not buying a game, you're renting it.
No, not even that. Just say that it's like Steam on a console. Millions of people who play Steam games.
You're absolutely right.
It literally is what Steam was back when Steam started on a console.
Jago still thinks that's perfectly okay.
I think that's okay. I play Steam games. And the only difference between that, the setup they had, and what Valve had, was that they were proposing the possibility of lending your games among a group of people. Steam's only starting to implement that now. They came up with that idea right before Microsoft announced their Xbox. There's files in their beta that imply they're going to do that. And also, that's a telephone. Just pick it up and slam it. That was the least graceful removal of a telephone wire I've ever seen. Alright, so that was a good waste of 2 minutes. Let's check the map, see what planets we have and haven't checked already. Well, Marcadia, we've got 1 of 3 gold bolts. Florana, we have 2 of 2. So, let's see what we can get here on the planet. Always check the vendor before going anywhere, and unfortunately, I don't have nearly enough money to buy anything in here. And it looks like they want me to hop in this nice little spaceship.
I may have inadvertently borked my mother's home phone.
Whoops. Way to go. Alright, laser defense facility. Let's do some of these, because I like these. Unless I'm supposed to wait.
I basically pulled the wrong wire out.
Way to go. Well, that was interesting.
That was interesting. You know what? I'm just gonna plug it back.
We're having some technical difficulties.
I just wanted to make it shut up.
Well, I think somebody got the phone, so it shut up.
Okay.
Anyways, I believe last time I had finished the laser defense facility and had acquired a vidcomic. So, forget about that. Let's go do the vidcomic because we're doing the story at the moment. Vidcomics you play on the Starship Phoenix back on the main ship. And there's the phone again. Alright, let's do this. Quickest way of getting around. Here's Quark.
Watch and learn, Clank. This is how a real hero gets it done.
This is a reference back to Ratchet, how he was a big fan of Captain Quark before he started being his own space adventuring hero.
These are the real-life adventures of Captain Quark, the greatest superhero the galaxy has ever known.
Hey, this thing on?
Meticulously reconstructed by our crack research team with the aid of eyewitness accounts, bathroom gossip, wild speculation, and a magic 8 ball. In the early days of the Fifth Solarian Equinox,
Well, that was interesting.
the Solana Galaxy was terrorized by a notorious pirate known as Captain Blackstar.
Ahoy! Anybody else got a craving for fish and chips?
Though still
Blackstar. That wasn't the same guy from Future Tools, was it?
was
No, I don't
already
think
a
so.
living legend.
We'll get to that point eventually. I'll probably do all the Ratchet games.
Oh, we're gonna make sure that Ratchet and Clank get on guest tag. Because
Please tell me this isn't
when I did,
That's robotic pirate ghost.
what the hell?
Reading wasn't your
What?
subject, eh, Professor?
right. Now we begin the interactive portion of episode
Looks
one.
a little...
Don't worry about it.
Eye of the beholder.
We're too far gone. Don't even worry about it.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. It's actually just...
No, it's just because we're doing the 16:9 and it is recording in a square.
No, it isn't recording in a square, that's the thing. It's, everything is fine. It just... Go ahead, do your thing.
Alright. Well,
It's just that, the frames were dark.
ow.
The display, sorry, the display on the capture module of ArcSoft Showbiz. The picture was really dark, so I thought that it was off center. It's perfectly fine. Also, the screen is just kind of tiny.
Collect all the Quark tokens. Don't miss a single Quark token. You miss a Quark token, you're a loser. And, yes. I almost missed one.
I forget the importance of getting all the Quark tokens per.
Well, I'll explain at the end of this this vidcomic, because it's the same for every vidcomic.
It's
Don't say it.
Oh, okay. Well, what is it not a skill point?
No.
Are you
Wish it was-
sure?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Huh.
I beat the piss out of this game, right? I know it's not a skill point.
Fair enough.
It's been forever since I played a Quark vidcomic, though, so I'm probably gonna die at least once this time.
No, but that's the thing. Prior to getting the HD collection, the last time I'd even seen footage of this game was when I'd come over to your house and you were playing it, and this was part of your playthrough at the time.
Yeah,
Well, maybe not this particular level, but I know it was a Quark vidcomic because
it was probably one of the later ones because I had to redo those ones a lot to get everything from them.
yeah. No, as I was saying, I'm making sure that sorry, I say I, but we are gonna play Ratchet and Clank on guest tag because on YouTube I labeled these games differently.
Yeah.
These are just under the person who's playing it. They're also not going to be uploaded as part of our regular weekly schedule. They're going to be uploaded just whenever they're ready. So there's no pressure to do them. There's no pressure to not do them. Well, I mean, there's pressure to do them in the sense that we started them with the intention of finishing them. Actually, I'm probably going to be doing more Sonic Adventure 2 tonight. Or if not tonight, actually probably not tonight, but soon. Anyways, if we're going to play a Ratchet and Clank game on guest tag, I'm voting a Crack in Time.
I vote we make Jago play a Crack in Time because I bet he would love it.
If we're going to make Jago play we should just make Jago play the Future series.
That would make sense.
Or at the very least, just Future Tools.
Yeah, he's somewhat familiar with the earlier Ratchet and Clank games. He loves Deadlocked. It's one of his favorite multiplayer games.
Well, that's something we could do. We both have Deadlocked HD, so if we had two PVRs, we could be recording at the same time and be talking over I don't know what
PlayStation.
PSN has for online communication.
I don't either. I've never actually paid much attention to it. My PlayStation's mostly just been for video games, not for social.
Well, we don't use it for the same reasons that Jago uses Xbox Live.
Well, yeah, he basically uses that as, like, his Skype, because he knows more people on that than he does on Skype, and he hates Skype. There, that's what you get for collecting all of them. So you get
that is technically important.
Yeah.
Isn't that technically a skill point, getting all the titanium bolts?
Yes, it's a component of a skill point, but not a skill point itself.
Okay.
It's really easy to get all of them in this one, but later on it becomes rather difficult. Ooh, and a health upgrade. You can actually jump over those in all the other games, and some of them you can miss them, so always be on the lookout for those. Ooh, more bullets.
I gotta say, if this is the future in video games, I'm kind of disappointed.
Uh-oh, out of bullets.
I mean, nothing against side-scrollers. I love side-scrollers. I built my first video game was Super Mario World, and I played the crap out of Metroid Fusion.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I punched him right in the butt. I remember when that used to be a hard boss fight.
It was pretty tough when I played it on the HD version, just because I hadn't played it in a long time.
Oh yeah, your tokens also get converted into bolts, 10 per token. So you get a lot out of that if you can collect all the tokens and all the... Oh, yeah, just all the tokens.
Okay, well, that's... Well, if the video games suck, but they give you a payout, well, maybe it's worth it in the end.
Oh, that actually looked like a decent video game. Like a really short one, though.
Well, would you play that for 8 hours?
Would you play Super Mario World... Super Mario Bros. 3 for 8 hours?
That's how you did it back in the day.
Yeah, well now imagine if this was long enough to keep you entertained for that long.
I don't see it getting exponentially fun, though.
I do. Being more challenging, add different little mechanics into the fights, it'd be fun.
President? Yes, I got the fruit basket, thanks.
Eh.
Turns out I'm allergic.
If this... Okay, that's an interesting conversation.
Blackwater City's under attack.
If this were a full game, like a full cartridge-based side-scroller,
Adventures of Captain Quark continue in episode 2.
I don't see it being very fun. I don't see it being, like, lasting me the same way Super Metroid or Super Mario World would.
I suppose if it was actually going to be a full game, then... Oh yeah, all the ham through the 2 previous games.
What was that thing? The Crotchetizer?
Yep.
No, it was something else, wasn't it? It had a bigger title than that.
Crotchetizer was like the short version of the title.
It appears Quark has begun
There was the personal hygienator.
That's what it was.
That was the one he had at the very first flash, him holding it up in his
Yeah,
hand.
the personal hygienator.
He may need a
Crotchetizer was something
In the
else.
meantime, I've got a mission that's
Yes, but
perfect
that
for
was
you
the...
too.
he was
Yeah,
strapped
that's
to
what
the
I was
testing
talking
facility.
about. The personal hygienator.
Disguise the user as a Tyrannoid, even allowing him to speak Tyrannese.
Is it just me, or do you smell bananas?
Anyway, the device happens to be the grand prize on this week's Annihilation Nation. Check it out.
Oh, I think the voice in Deadlocked is broken, and I was playing...
Broken?
Yeah, the background voice of the male announcer in Deadlocked just keeps saying, I should have taken that job on Annihilation Nation. They've got a great dental plan. And then 2 minutes later he says it again.
I think that might just be your copy.
Maybe, but my copy also has the Chairman Vox. His face is all messed up.
You mean Gleeman Vox?
Gleeman Vox.
You mixed up Chairman Drac and Gleeman Vox.
Yes, I did. But Gleeman Vox, his teeth are all messed up in one of the first videos when you're first starting. It's really weird because his teeth are outside of his mouth.
Another death course.
Whoa, that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, I think it's like the second time you see him, and all the animations are all choppy.
Wait, are you
Sometimes.
talking about a disc or the HD version?
The HD.
Oh, I haven't played the HD version yet. Oh, this is gonna be awesome!
The HD version, from what I can tell, has some problems with the animation smoothing. Because, by default, all Insomniac titles for the PlayStation 2 already had animation smoothing on them. Because what they did here, this is a low detail environment that's all simple textures, so what they didn't have in textures or models, they could put into animations and gameplay mechanics. So there's animation smoothing. Look how nice he looks when he runs. Looks a lot better than a lot of other video games. And how they blend together so well. A lot of games can't do that. Because
that's one thing I think Ratchet has over Jak and Daxter. Is Jak and Daxter, they I guess the animation looks fine, but it looks really awkward.
It's also, that's half the animators who did the animation and half the fact that in Jak and Daxter, they use a different system for animations. Where this one, I'm running and then I jump, the animation is blended. Notice how he sort of drops back into the running animation.
Yeah.
Whereas in Jak and Daxter, it cuts from one animation to another, which unless you're looking for it, doesn't make a difference, but when you're looking for it, it makes a difference.
Well, even me, I'm not looking for stuff like that. I notice it. I pick up on it. I've been playing video games long enough that that I don't even have to look hard to see the seams anymore. I can just sort of, that's an animation transition.
I spent all of my days making 3D models, and I remember back when early World of Warcraft, before Burning Crusade was a thing, going to do Gnomeregan, and it's a fairly complex, very large environment, and playing it after I've learned a lot about 3D modeling, everything is wrong with it.
Really?
It's all just intersecting geometry and texture seams.
Sorry?
Intersecting geometry, which renders slower because it's overlapping pieces of stuff, and it has to calculate that and do some interpretation of the geometry. The PlayStation 1 didn't even support intersecting geometry properly. However, it also didn't support deforming geometry very well. Like, Ratchet is one single piece of deforming geometry. Whereas all the characters in Croc, Legend of the Gobos, are rigid pieces of geometry that move as a group. Yes, yes.